commercials too.
And this is a good example.
This is CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX3.48.
Around the world
Happy
in preserving
birthday.
basic norms and values, whether it's advocating on behalf of human rights,
Whose birthday is
advocating on
good?
behalf of women's rights, advocating on behalf of freedom of
8-4,
press.
happy birthday.
You know, the United States has not
It's Barry off the clock.
always been perfect in this regard. There are times where we
Time and a half, yeah.
by
Time and a half.
necessity are dealing with allies or
Time
friends
and a
or
half.
partners who themselves are not
Build-A-Bear.
meeting the
Yeah,
standards that we would like to see
Build-A-Bear.
met when it comes to international rules
Google.
and norms.
Build-A-Bear.
I can tell you that in every multilateral setting in the United Nations, and the G20 and the G7, the United States
We love
has been on the right side of these
Build-A-Bears.
issues. Important for us to
Build-A-Bear.
these issues, because if we, the largest,
Build-A-Bear.
strongest
Build-A-Bear.
country and democracy in the world, are not willing to stand up on behalf of these values, then
Thank you,
certainly
Build-A-Bear.
China, Russia, and others will not.
Thank you, Senator Barry, for your interview. Thank you. Today's show is provided by MerriweatherA.Law. MerriweatherA.Law advancing us with us. S1L5. Verizon. Shop support my Verizon. Free to the rest is your EIN. Day shipping. In-store pickup and our best price guaranteed. Shop Valentine's deals now at Verizon. MerriweatherA.com. Cuatro Cliente Preferencia Sprint. Get unlimited talk text for $50 a month. Switch to Sprint and get unlimited data and talk text now for just $50 a month with auto pay. We just can't pay everyone. We just can't. It does it by itself. Oh, it does it by itself. How does it do that? Well, you take the plastic off, take it off, and it does it itself. Oh, that's cool. It does it itself. You got it. You've watched Inspector Gadget before. It self-destructs. Does its own. AT&T Switch. Ooh. Switch to wireless and cell phones connections that count. Check out the latest phones, devices, and accessories at AT&T. MerriweatherA.Law. Cuatro Cliente Preferencia. T-Mobile, all fees included with T-Mobile One, all in. T-Mobile MerriweatherA.Law. Starbucks, thank you because a lot of good happened. I'm sorry, Heather Howard's. Thank you because a lot of good happened in 2016, including hiring veterans, sending baristas to college, and so much more. Congratulations on continuing education from Heather Howard's. Enjoy 20% off K-Cups, P-Pods, Barissimo, pods, and syrups and sauces. And by Nesquik. Build-A-Bear, discover happiness. Find out what's inside the yummy goodness of Nesquik powder, syrup, and ready-to-drink products. Raw berry, banana, vanilla, double chocolate, only from Nesquik. And from Build-A-Bear. Build your bear at BuildABear.com. Let's get to our interview. It's Mr. Spicer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday.
Patriots won. Patriots.
Across the Trump administration.
Weather new.
First jobs report under the president's
Weather
administration
new.
was released this morning.
Weather
It's National Red Day,
new.
highlighting the importance of preventing
Weather new
disease.
wears off. Dr.
National
Phil quotes. Now
National
loading state
Tax
voucher on
The
screen.
president's going to be signing some executive
Weather
orders to give
new.
some much
Weather
needed
new.
mandatory relief to lenders
Weather
and
new.
borrowers in the next few minutes.
Weather
We're
new.
finishing up the second week here really strong.
Weather
Yesterday
new.
was another great
We're
keynote
on.
speech with Lockheed Martin
We're
for the
on.
purchase of a new lot of
We're
F-35s
on.
through the president's intervention. A
We're
total of 90
on.
planes,
We're
for a lot of
Verizon.
90 planes, 55 were
Good Lord,
purchased from
Dr. Phil. What do we
US military.
know?
That added up to a total of $455 million
Weather
savings for US
new.
taxpayers.
Weather
previous
new.
lot,
Wears
with an
on.
average cost reduction of 7.5%. Another big win that the president has delivered on for U.S. taxpayers. Speaking of good numbers, let's turn to the jobs report. The economy
We're
added more
watching
than
video.
227,000 new jobs,
Woo.
significantly more than the
Dr.
175,000
Phil, good
that had been
Lord.
expected. Today's report reflects the consumer confidence that the Trump presidency has inspired.
Good
According
Lord.
to a recent Gallup poll, economic confidence is at a new high, and ADP showed strong private sector hiring.
Get it knocked out.
President Trump campaigned on how to make America work again. Before
No,
he
don't.
took office, the markets
Look what
knew
he's
he would deliver
doing.
on that promise. The president's already taken significant
No.
steps to turn our economy around, and he's looking forward to ensuring that every American who wants
We
a
can't
job
show that here,
has the
MerriweatherA.Law.
opportunity to find one. While the president's
I-
definitely pleased
We
that the
can't
job
show
growth
that
has
at
far surpassed
MerriweatherA.Law.
expectations and that the labor force participation
They're
is
planning a
rising, he also
knockout.
recognizes that there's a
We
lot
can't
more
show
work
that
to
here,
be done.
MerriweatherA.Law.
The president has a big and bold
This is a
agenda
family
to
show.
grow the U.S. economy and to create jobs. In just his first 2 weeks in office, he's met with
Weather
more than 50
new, where's
business leaders
on?
across a vast
Weather
range
new,
of
where's
industries.
on?
This morning, the
Weather
president
new,
participated
wires
in a strategic
on.
and policy forum with business leaders.
Weather
Some
new,
of our
wires
country's
on.
most
Verizon
successful
Wireless.
companies. The president understands the importance
Absolutely,
of an open
Mr.
dialogue
Spicer.
with fellow business leaders on how to make the
Mr.
nation's
Spicer, can
economy
you confirm
stronger.
U.S.
His
code,
firsthand
please?
experience as a successful
Of
businessman
Verizon Wireless.
helps to guide his decisions as president, and he will continue to seek
Is there a remedy
opinions
for?
of other job creators while crafting an economic agenda. All of these meetings are focused
All
on
of these
one
meetings?
primary goal:
The primary
providing
goal.
new and improved employment
New and
opportunities for
improved.
Americans. We're looking at a full
What's that
range of
remedy
policy
for?
measures to achieve that goal: regulatory relief,
It's a
tax
design
and trade
pattern.
reform, empowering women in the workplace, rebuilding
Fussy.
America's crumbling infrastructure, and improving our education system. Also today,
Where's
to
in
achieve that goal,
Freeton?
the president will be
I don't
signing
know where
two
in Freeton
executive
is.
actions
We
as
have
part
to
of his
talk
plan
to him
overhaul
tomorrow.
our
Maybe
financial
tomorrow
regulatory system.
the doctor will talk
Expect
to
that
us.
to happen
Dr.
closer to the 1 o'clock hour.
Freeton,
The first is an executive order proposing
is there a
guideline principles
remedy?
that sets the table for a regulatory system that mitigates
Verizon
risk,
Wireless,
encourages growth, and
EIN,
more
on
importantly,
screen.
protects consumers. The
There we go.
Dodd-Frank Act is a disastrous policy that's hindering our markets, reducing the availability of
Delaware.
credit, and crippling
State of organization. We have a pause from the CIA video. Resume video.
our economy's ability to grow and create jobs. It imposed
Selena Co., good morning.
regulations and financial
And
institutions
Build-A-Bear
while
partnership.
establishing unaccountable
Yeah,
and
Build-A-Bear.
unconstitutional a new agency that does not adequately protect
Who's the
consumers.
partner?
Perhaps worst of all, despite all of its overreaching, Dodd-Frank did not address the causes of the financial crisis.
The cause of the
Something
financial
we
crisis.
all
So we
know
all
must be done.
know.
It did not solve the
Did
too
not
big to
solve.
fail. And we
I don't
must
know who the partnership
determine
is.
conclusively that the failure of a large
That's the
bank will
failure.
never again leave taxpayers on the hook. The presidential memorandum
The
addresses
former
the burdensome
president.
government regulations in the
Oh.
Department of Labor's
Department of Labor.
fiduciary rule.
Fiduciary
The rule is a
rule.
solution in search of a problem.
In search of a
There are
problem.
better ways to protect investors.
Better
and The
ways.
Trump administration is taking action to do so. We're directing the
We're
Department
direct.
of Labor to review this rule. The
Good
rule's
Lord.
intent may be to have provided retirees and others with better financial advice, but in reality, its effect has been to limit the financial services that are available to them.
Woo.
President Trump does not intend to put unnecessary
Dr.
limits on
Phil.
economic opportunity. The Department of Labor exceeded its authority with this rule, and this is exactly the kind of government regulatory overreach the president was
Lord.
put in office to stop. We desperately need to overhaul how we
Desperately need
approach
to
financial
overhaul.
regulation. The president is taking action to protect
What's
American
the news?
taxpayers and get people back to work.
Ow.
Moving on, we
Like
announced earlier this week
34/7.
that we would be taking steps
Email
to address
scandal.
Iran's recent actions. Today, the U.S. sanctioned 25 individuals and entities that provide support to Iran's ballistic missile
support.
program and the Islamic Revolutionary Quds Force. These designations are in response to Iran's ongoing ballistic missile program,
Good
including
Lord.
its ballistic missile test on January 29th, 2017,
Good
as well as
Lord.
Iran's continued support for terrorism. We've
Support.
taken these actions
Taking
today
these
after
actions
careful
today.
consideration and will continue to respond with
Continue
appropriate
to
action.
respond.
These designations mark yet
These
another
design
step
patterns.
in our continued effort to aggressively target Iran's
These
ballistic missile
design
program
patterns.
and terrorism-related
These
activities.
destined patterns.
Over at the Department of Defense, Secretary
These
Mattis is on the
destined
final day of a
patterns.
two-day trip through Asia.
These
He
design
visited Korea
patterns.
yesterday and Japan today,
A
returning to
remedy
Washington tomorrow.
for.
Secretary Mattis'
Remedy for.
visit emphasizes the priority
Will
President
Tom
Trump places
Frieden like
on
to
the
do an
Asia
interview
Pacific
with us?
and on strengthening the U.S. Republic
Will
of
Tom
Korea
Frieden like to
alliance
do an
in the
interview
face
with
of a
us?
growing North Korea nuclear and ballistic missile threat.
This is an IMS.
Over
We would
in
like
the
an
Senate, the
interview
president now has 11 cabinet nominees waiting
for
full
remedy
Senate vote
for
on their
and
confirmations.
Frieden.
We look forward to welcoming these
We look
individuals into
forward.
the administration.
Absolutely.
Regarding the
We
weekend's
look forward
plans,
to it.
the president will debut his second weekly Facebook live
We would
event
like to
this
speak
evening
to
at 5 o'clock.
Frieden.
You can expect him to recap another
We
week
would
of
like to
action on
speak to
behalf of the American people.
Frieden.
He'll also comment on his selection of Judge Neil Gorsuch.
Hello, Russia. How are you?
The Supreme Court. And while recognizing Black History Month, he will discuss his vision to deliver more opportunity and safety for the American community. One more note of this week's address. The lead-in to the president's remark on Facebook Live will feature some of the incredible artwork throughout the White House that was created by African-American artists. So you definitely don't want to miss this. As I mentioned previously, this weekend, the president will be shifting the operation of the White House down to the Winter White House.
Down to the Winter White House.
While in Florida, he'll hold meetings and calls with advisors and staff to plan for another big week of action on behalf of the American people. We'll provide readouts of these as they occur. By our count, as of this morning, the administration has already racked up
Lacey Peterson, hello.
60 significant actions, 21 executive actions, 16 meetings with foreign leaders, and 10 stakeholder meetings.
Consumer credit counseling, hello.
We're looking at another productive week.
Consumer credit counseling.
On Monday, the president will visit Central Command and Special Operations Command headquarters at MacDill Air Force Base. While at MacDill, the president will
Consumer credit counseling.
Both CENTCOM and SOCOM, have lunch with the enlisted troops, and have an all-hands address to personnel. And General Flynn will also be present.
Consumer credit counseling.
Washington that evening. With that, I'm going to go to my first Skype question seat. Jackie Nesbral.
Stephen Trumbo.
In South Florida. Jackie.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the viewers,
Donna Trumbo.
Thanks so much for this opportunity. You know, a lot of focus on foreign affairs this week, and new sanctions announced today against Iran.
Alan Madden.
Of course, Miami, as you know, is home to the largest
Put this on my teleprompter.
And during the campaign,
Sandra
President Trump talked about his
Castellano.
discontent with the warming of U.S.-Cuba
Michelle
relations
Hurley.
implemented by President Obama.
Tracy
And in the last days of
Macomber.
his administration, he ended
Katie
the
Rouse.
dry-foot policy, leaving
Kim
thousands of
Sheehan.
Cubans in limbo. So my question is to
Rose.
A, has there been
David.
any contact between your administration and the Cuban government? And B, are there any plans to change the current policy right now?
Thanks, Jackie.
Good Lord.
We are in the midst of a full review of all U.S. policies towards Cuba. The president is committed to an agenda of ensuring human rights.
We gotta go, guys. Higher point.
Citizens throughout the world.
Put this on my teleprompter, please.
Those policies in Cuba, that will be forefront.
Absolutely.
In policy discussions, but there's nothing that we have on
Congratulations on New England.
Francesca Chambers.
Congratulations.
Previously this morning, the president had said that they were playing with fire. You said that appropriate actions will continue to be taken. Is this the full extent of the punishing actions that we're seeing right now?
Good morning, media. This is CDMAYORKREDITCardvardX3.48. X3.48.
Thanks for the question. I think one of the things that the president has said throughout the campaign during the transition and since becoming president is that he doesn't like to telegraph his options. That's how he believes he can have a much greater successful option. So I'm not going to go into the full extent. I think today's sanctions really represent a very, very strong stand against the actions that Iran has been taking. Make it very clear that the deal that they struck previously
Thank you, Twitter, social media, $200,000 in your account.
To make sure that Iran has stayed in check.
It is possible that there are more actions coming, though.
Hashtag 200.
Anything off the table. I think the president's made it
hashtag
throughout his time.
Throughout his time, we're live from the JW Marriott, Holiday Inn, Hilton Checkers, etc.
Has been announced as being part of President Trump's team. It's Gina Haspel.
Today's show is sponsored by Method Acting. You say, I say.
Her background
That science is method acting. From Strasbourg.
What he was specifically referencing was her role in the enhanced
MerriweatherA.Law advancing clients with us, S1L5.
during the course of Bush administration.
Good Lord, I forgot to charge your device.
Is a disqualifier for that position.
I think she's had an unbelievably distinguished career as a covert operative.
We gotta go, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. For now.